Welcome to News 3 at 10. I'm Aaliyah Mulero. Our team is following some big stories tonight, starting in Anna. Now that's where federal officials are seeking information of a recent burglary. The details of the timeline of that incident and the large reward being offered. Plus, police in another Illinois town also searching for a burglary suspect, where they say the person broke in. And we are ending day 4 with no suspect in custody following the shooting at Brown University. That timeline being put together by federal investigators to find the person responsible.
In the month of December, we've only had one day with temperatures in the 50s, and now we're going to have our second day tomorrow. We'll have more on that in just a moment.
This is News 3 at 10.
First at 10, federal officials are trying to find the person or people responsible for a burglary at the Anna post office, and authorities are offering a hefty reward if information leads to an arrest. U.S. Post Office officials say that incident happened anywhere between the time of 8 p.m. on December 1st to 6:30 a.m. on December 2nd. Officials are offering a reward of up to $100,000 if the suspects are convicted. Now, they strongly advise against approaching anyone you may believe is a suspect and strongly urge you to contact them if you have any information. New at 10, a former Missouri State Highway Patrol trooper has confessed to taking women's phones during traffic stops and searching for nude photos. 40-year-old David McKnight pleaded guilty to 9 counts of deprivation of rights under color of law. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Missouri says these incidents stem from September of 2023 to July of 2024. During traffic stops, McKnight would lie and say he needed the women's phone for identity verification or proof of insurance. He would then search for nude photos, taking a photo of those images with his personal phone. Officials say at least 7 women were victims of having those photos taken. McKnight ultimately caught after he was reported multiple times to Missouri State Highway Patrol. He will be sentenced March 24th. One woman is under arrest in Graves County accused of abusing an elderly woman. Here's a look at that suspect, 36-year-old Heather Cole. Detectives with the sheriff's office investigated and they found Cole conducted 36 different transactions, transferring money from the account of a 78-year-old woman into an account that she opened in another person's name without their knowledge. Now, this left the 78-year-old unable to pay for basic necessities, and that investigation is ongoing. Cole was taken to an out-of-county detention center. In Williamson County, one man's in custody accused of stealing a vehicle. The sheriff's office says he was wearing a court-assigned ankle monitor stemming from a different crime at the time of his arrest. Williamson County deputies recovered this vehicle yesterday, and the Honda Civic was reported stolen from Hickory Street in Bush. Deputies later located the car along Skyhawk Road near Carbondale. The suspect, William Basenberg Jr., was taken into custody. Deputies say at the time of his arrest, he was wearing a court-ordered GPS ankle monitor for an unrelated case. Basenberg faces felony charges and is being held in a Williamson County jail. New at 10, Carmi police are searching for a burglary suspect still at large. Authorities saying that incident occurred on Sunday at the Brookston Resources Yard. This is that suspect they are asking the community for help in identifying. Now, if you have information on the suspect or the burglary, call Carmi police. Now, if you have information that leads to an arrest, you could earn a $1,000 reward. Paducah community leaders are planning an event for the victim of a recent shooting. Stephanie Stacy was shot and killed at her work on Saturday in Paducah. Witnesses identified Philip Whitnell, a person she had a previous relationship with, and now members of the community are invited to a public memorial to pay honor to her memory. It will be tomorrow starting at 6:30 p.m. at the Paducah Riverfront Wilson stage. Candles will be provided, and anyone who would like to attend is welcomed. It's the holiday season and officials are pushing safety. The Illinois State Fire Marshal's office is holding their Keep the Wreath Red campaign, and each bulb that turns from red to white represents a recent fire-related fatality in Illinois. Right now, they say that there are 4 white lights on the wreath, but there are things that they say you can do to stay safe this holiday season. Now, they say keep candles, space heaters, and decorations at least 3 feet from anything that can burn. never leave cooking or candles unattended, and test smoke alarms monthly. They say detectors really do save lives. We're getting a look back at the advancements made by Carbondale for the year of 2025. Today, officials delivering the State of the City address. And as News 3's Wells Parker explains, the focus was on developmental growth, continuous investments, major project completions, and most importantly, what's next.
From future planning to current projects, at the State of the City address in Carbondale, city officials talked about their changes, but also their future plans for the city. But one thing for sure, Saluki pride ran deep.
Once a Saluki, always a Saluki.
The 2025 State of the City address focused on the theme, Salukis Build Here, emphasizing community pride, investment, and momentum.
It's a declaration of who we are as a community and what we can achieve together.
City officials highlighted achievements across finance, economic development, and sustainability.
We're awarded $250,000 from the Illinois EPA.
More highlights include nearly $20 million in development, nearly $100,000 in housing assistance, and major investments shaping Carbondale's future.
We will complete SIMS, our first transportation center, making it easier than ever to connect to and from Carbondale.
City officials saying the fire department expanded prevention and recruitment efforts, while the police department added mental health advocates and moved closer to state accreditation, including earning a $500,000 state grant to help launch the Carbondale Cares program.
A Stop the Violence type initiative in the community so that we can offer resources back to our community members.
Economic development leaders pointed to business growth, downtown investment, and regional partnerships, while also looking ahead to what's coming next.
We will continue developing our first new industrial park in nearly 50 years.
Beyond city leaders, people in the room say the message resonated, especially those working in local business and development.
The train station is outstanding. It was exciting to see all of the 8,000 people come to town for the Halloween homecoming.
Officials say that kind of buy-in from residents, SIU students and alumni, and local businesses is important. City leaders say their goal is to keep Carbondale moving forward while preserving what makes it unique. In Carbondale, Wells Parker, News 3.
Well, we are getting an idea of how many deer Illinois hunters killed during firearm season, and the season just wrapped up last weekend. The Illinois Department of Natural Resources is releasing the numbers. In total, Illinois hunters harvested more than 80,000 deer during firearm deer season. That's about 1,200 fewer than last year. The two highest totals for the state both coming in our region, with Randolph and Jefferson counties separated by only 2 deer. Archery deer season is still underway through mid-January. Well, turning to our local weather scene now, we're taking a live look outside in Carbondale. We had a much warmer day today compared to what we've seen throughout this weekend and on Monday. And good news, it seems like some warmer temperatures. That trend is here to stick around for a little bit. Meteorologist Carl Parker has been tracking those temperatures for us and what we can expect in the days ahead. Carl?
Hi, Aaliyah. We've had a prolonged period of below average temperatures so far in December, and finally we're looking at above average temperatures. Going to be a little warmer than average tomorrow. This is looking at the temperature anomalies, and we'll see that into the afternoon with some sunshine tomorrow, so it should be a pretty nice day tomorrow. It's going to be milder again on Thursday, but we'll see showers and some storms coming through, and then a cold front moves in, so we'll be back to cooler than average on Friday. Then we'll be back to warmer than average on Saturday. So it's going to be a real roller coaster of temperatures in coming days. Now, for tonight, temps are in the lower 40s in a lot of areas. We're seeing a fair amount of cloud cover, not a lot of change in temperatures going into tomorrow morning. We do expect to clear out into the afternoon, and we'll likely get well up into the 50s in the afternoon. So really nice day for tomorrow. Then I want to look ahead beyond that into tomorrow evening. We're just starting to see a few showers showing up. We've got a front coming in. That's going to increase going into Thursday, and there may be some strong or possibly even severe storms on Thursday. We'll have much more on that coming up here in a few minutes.
Thank you, Carl. A manhunt is still underway for the person suspected of killing 2 Brown University students and injuring 9 others. Investigators physically searching for clues and urgently asking the public for help identifying the suspect. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
These pieces of video now important pieces of the puzzle in the investigation into the deadly shooting at Brown University. The FBI using surveillance video to put together this detailed timeline of the movements of the person of interest, starting 2 hours before the shooting and continuing to the minutes right after. You can see him here crossing the street as emergency vehicles rush to respond. The FBI describes the person of interest as a man with a 5'8" stocky build. Police say the university was specifically targeted.
We believe that he was actually casing out this area to commit the crime. That's a pattern that criminals do.
A line of flowers placed outside the building where 2 students were killed during a study session Saturday. Students still very shaken up.
So many people walk those streets where he's been shown, and it feels like such a violation.
The university's president sending a letter to the community remembering sophomore Ella Cook and freshman Mohammed Umerzakov. She says Ella came to Brown from Alabama as a passionate and intellectually curious student who was interested in French and Francophone studies. She was an accomplished pianist and the vice president of the College Republicans of America group at Brown, who posted this photo of her. Mohammed, a dual citizen of the U.S. and Uzbekistan, graduated from a Virginia high school before coming to Brown just a few months ago in the fall in hopes of becoming a doctor. He's described as smart, funny, and driven.
He was a compassionate person. He had huge dreams to become a neurosurgeon.
Rena Roy, ABC News, Providence, Rhode Island.
Just ahead, we look at an event put on by one local organization that is making sure residents have a warm meal to put on the dinner table this holiday season. And Carl has been tracking some warming temperatures, plus maybe some storms. Now our full forecast in just a few minutes on News 3 at 10.
The NFL is back, and with Profit X, you don't just play. You trade, call your own shots, and outsmart the crowd. It's not you versus the house. It's you versus everyone else on America's #1 sports prediction market. Request your own odds and win real money predicting spreads, totals, and player props so you can earn more and risk less. Play free, play smart, play your way with ProfitX.co. Available in over 40 states. Now available on Apple and Android.
Welcome back. Many Southern Illinois veterans are receiving a little something extra this Christmas thanks to one local school district. Students are showing their appreciation this holiday season for those who have served our country and walk among us every day. News 3's Jasmine Shami spoke with a man who helps annually put it all together and gives us a look at this touching gesture in today's Community in Focus.
I reach out to the teachers every year if they're interested in making the cards again every year, and they stick right with it. I mean, yes, absolutely yes. They're really good. And the kids are outstanding too. I'm just unbelievable. One day, 3 years ago, I just decided we needed to do something. And I got with it. The first year, we got with the teachers 3 years ago, and got them all on board. And it's something that we're going to do every year and take them to the veterans.
So how do the students approach it? What do they do first?
They actually, all they do is just make their cards and put their own words on the cards.
Okay, so they're all handmade?
Yes, there's not a bought card in here. They're all handmade and thanking them for their service. And if we appreciate it, you know?
That
it makes
amazing.
It puts a smile on the veteran's face right there when you see that.
Absolutely, and you were telling me you have how many cards?
I have 400. I walked into a room and had a veteran. Of course, he was in his bed, and had wires and hoses and hooked them to him. He's bad shape, a Korean veteran. And I walked over to his bed and introduced myself, and I opened up the card, showed him the card, and the biggest smile come on his face. I mean, it's just amazing. And I turned around, I looked back again, and the tears are running out of his eye. And as I was leaving, I asked the nurse, doesn't he have anybody? Didn't have anybody left.
Oh, wow.
That's something that's embedded in my mind, and it'll be with me till the day I die. That this veteran, how much that meant to him just to get that card.
Absolutely.
And they all love it.
They all love it. It's important to all the veterans out there.
Young veterans, old veterans, middle-aged veterans, they all love it.
Absolutely.
And I love doing it. I'm vice curator of the Military Museum there in West Frankfort, and we have over 4,000 items in there in our museum. We go all the way back to the Civil War. Oh. We've had our young students coming in on tours and so forth, and I would give tours to anybody that would like to come to the museum.
Okay.
We're open on Sundays, 2 to 4, but they can call me anytime, and I'll open it up for them at 10 o'clock at night if they want to come through there.
Okay.
Because there's so much history there.
Well, with Christmas just a week away, Heaven's Kitchen once again turned its mission into action, this time delivering holiday meals straight through a drive-through line of cars in Harrisburg tonight. Now, hundreds of families quickly filled the parking lot across from Heaven's Kitchen's new location onto Wright Street, with dozens of volunteers working the giveaway assembly line. Fresh sacks of groceries and frozen hams moved from tables to back seats and open windows, with as many as 500 Christmas dinners handed out. State Senator and Heaven's Kitchen founder Dale Fowler was among those lending a hand, helping volunteers keep the line moving. Now, just weeks after cutting the ribbon on their new home, Fowler says they're not just delivering meals, but holiday cheer in abundance. Some local high school students also in the spirit of giving back. This week, students from Marion High School, they tested out their construction skills. While those students with the building trades class built a new blessing box at Zion Church. The goal of that blessing box is to supply essential items to community members in need. Today, Christmas came early for some children in southeast Missouri, and it's thanks to local officers who stepped into Santa's shoes for the day. It's the Shop with a Hero event at the Sikeston Walmart, and officers with the Sikeston Department of Public Safety took more than 100 kids shopping. The department raised money to be able to pull this off, and today our team met with Clayton Pulliam, aka Santa Claus, on why he looks forward to this event.
Just seeing the community come together for all the heroes and the kids get Christmas presents.
Pulliam says this is his second year doing the event.
Well, as promised, it was a little bit milder today, and it's going to be even warmer tomorrow. Tomorrow should be a really nice day. And then Thursday, it's going to be warmer, but we're going to see some showers and some storms, maybe some stronger storms, and colder Friday, but a very quick rebound beyond that. And there's a look outside this evening as temperatures are now in the 40s. Boy, a far cry from the way that we started the week. So again, a lot more comfortable tonight and into tomorrow as well. Here's the almanac for today. We got up to 45, average is 46, record 68 in 1924, low right on the average at 28, and the record -9 set in 1989. So tonight, again, we've got temperatures in the lower 40s across the region, middle 40s towards Paducah, and a couple of 30s showing up. Going to see a fair amount of cloud cover overnight, and the temperatures are going to hold as we've got the clouds in the southerly flow, so we're going to be in the low 40s tomorrow morning. And then in the afternoon, we expect to warm up nicely into the middle 50s, maybe a little more cloud cover farther south in Kennett and Tiptonville and into Union City, but to the north should be a fair amount of sunshine. And again, it's going to be a very mild afternoon. Now, let's take a look at what's going to happen on Thursday. We've got a front coming in. This yellow color here is the instability. That's the fuel for thunderstorms. And so it's on the low end, so you can see right there. And there's not a ton of it. It's a very narrow strip of instability, but it could be enough to get some storms going. And we also see very strong winds aloft, which would be supportive of damaging winds where storms can get going. So that will be a possibility, though we're certainly not looking for widespread severe weather to come through. Could be a line of some low top storms that produce some wind, and then things will wind down. So there is the potential threat for severe storms, and that's through across our area and then points farther east as well. Now let's talk about wind. Winds are going to be very strong coming out of the southwest ahead of that front. So gusting up to 30, 35 miles per hour early on Thursday. Then the front's going to come through So the wind's getting even stronger, coming out of the southwest ahead of the front, coming out of the northwest behind the front, gusting to 40, maybe 45 miles per hour, and then still some gusty winds coming out of the northwest in the wake of the front, but settling down later in the day. 38 degrees for tonight, partly cloudy, and then tomorrow 56. Really nice day. Mild again on Thursday, but a chance of showers and storms, and maybe some strong storms. Then much colder on Friday, but then a very quick turnaround. Right back up into the upper 50s on Saturday, near average into Sunday, and then getting a little bit milder into Monday and certainly into Tuesday.
Thank you, Carl. Today, the son of legendary director Rob Reiner and Michelle Singer faces murder charges in connection to their sudden deaths. However, as Melissa Don explains, it might take some time before he's in front of a judge.
Today, the Los Angeles District Attorney formally charging 32-year-old Nick Reiner with murdering his parents, filmmaker Rob Reiner and photographer Michelle Singer Reiner.
These charges will be 2 counts of first-degree murder with a special circumstance of multiple murders. He also faces a special allegation that he personally used a dangerous and deadly weapon, that being a knife.
DA Nathan Hochman today detailing the investigation. Nick Reiner not yet medically cleared to appear in court today, according to his defense attorney. We're now seeing the moment Nick Reiner is taken into custody near the University of Southern California campus, first on the ground, and then cuffed by LAPD with help from U.S. Marshals. This just hours after police found the bodies of his parents.
He was found with good, solid police work.
Sources say Saturday, Rob Reiner and Nick got into an argument at a holiday party. Some say Nick was seen acting strangely.
You must be Charlie.
In 2016, Nick worked with his father on the movie Being Charlie, which is based largely on Nick's years-long struggle with substance abuse.
Boy, did this force me to understand what he had been going through.
Reaction today from Rob Reiner's All in the Family co-star Sally Struthers, saying, "There are no words. My heart is with their family."
They cared about their family and they cared about this country.
Former First Lady Michelle Obama on Jimmy Kimmel last night, pushing back on President Trump's comments yesterday on Reiner's political beliefs.
I was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all in any way, shape, or form. I thought he was very bad for our country.
Let me just say this, unlike some people, Rob and Michelle Reiner are some of the most decent, courageous people you ever want to know.
Nick Reiner is currently in police custody, being held without bail. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Well, stay with us. Don't go anywhere. The news continues in just a moment. A consumer alert for you tonight. A major food company has issued a recall on one of its ice cream flavors. Dannon is voluntarily recalling its So Delicious dairy-free salted caramel cluster non-dairy frozen dessert. The problem is that the cashews could contain foreign materials, including small rocks. Dannon says it has already corrected the issue and no other flavors are impacted, but some pints with the problem may have already been sold. Now, they say if you have one, call the company for a refund. And you need to check your pantry. A holiday treat is also being recalled, and it impacts the Chocor brand holiday bark sold at Aldi stores nationwide. According to the FDA, the 5-ounce bags may contain undeclared nuts or wheat, which could cause serious or life-threatening reactions if people with allergies eat them. So far, no illnesses have been reported, and if you have any, throw them away. Some people are having trouble finding work. The unemployment rate rose to 4.6% last month, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Analysts there say that's a four-year high, and the report shows the economy added 64,000 jobs in November, more than economists had predicted. Now, another detail from that report, Americans' earnings are growing at the slowest rate in more than 4 years. Sales at U.S. retailers were flat in October, according to the Commerce Department. Retail sales were unchanged in October from the prior month, and that's down from September's 0.1% increase and the weakest monthly reading in 5 months. It is roughly in line with what economists predicted in a poll by data firm FactSet. Now, the report was delayed because of the government shutdown. Howard Stern signed a new 3-year deal with SiriusXM. Stern made the announcement during his show on Today, adding that the contract gives him more free time while still letting him be on the radio. Stern's current deal was set to expire within the next few weeks, and there had been some rumors that his program was set to be canceled. To your health, a warning for parents this evening. The FDA is calling out major retailers over recalled baby formula still ending up on shelves. The FDA has sent warning letters to Target, Walmart, Kroger, and Albertsons after inspectors found recalled By Heart infant formula still for sale. Now, this comes weeks after a recall tied to a nationwide botulism outbreak. The agency says 51 babies in 19 states have been hospitalized. No deaths are reported, but the FDA warns retailers could face legal action if recalls aren't followed. The FDA has also approved a new drug that can help millions of postmenopausal women regain their sex drive. The drug is called 80, and Sprout Pharmaceuticals makes the drug. Its founder said the FDA's approval is a major shift in changing how women's sexual health is understood. The new drug will address a condition called hydroactive sexual desire disorder in women under the age of 65. Well, that will do it for us tonight at 10. Jimmy Kimmel is coming your way next. Thank you for joining us.